It is officially the off season and it is holiday season, which means in Vegas, it is officially the cheapest time of the year to go to Vegas to get those rates for the cheapest price that you're gonna find year round.
Yeah.
So if you've been looking to go to Vegas, but you don't know exactly when you should go to get those cheap rates, or if you wanted to stay at one of those 5-star hotels, but you want to get it at a 4-star price, make sure you stay to the end of the video, because right now is when you need to go to Vegas and when you need to book those rates. So without further ado, let's get started. Now, if you're not sure exactly what off season means, that's just typically the end of pool party season. This is when Vegas starts to slow down more than the summer months and the spring months, because it's the holiday season, so people are going to be around their family more. People might not travel as much, but that doesn't mean Vegas is dead. Vegas is always alive. There's always something to do. It'll just be slower for the most part on average than it is, like I said, over the summer month. Now, I tell people all the time, if you want to go to Vegas and get rates for the cheapest prices, if you want to stay at those 5-star hotels for 4-star prices, this is the time of year you go to Vegas. I'm going to show you all exactly how to find those rates and show you how you can choose which day you should go so that you get it for literally the cheapest price. Now, these rates are going to be non-member rates, and then I'll show you what it looks like if you are a member, which is why I always encourage people, even if you don't go to Vegas often, to sign up for the rewards memberships anyway, because it doesn't cost you anything. It's free. And really, once you stay once, they'll incentivize you to want to come back and stay again. Now, it's no secret by now, the cheapest days of the week to stay in Vegas are Sunday through Thursday, because Fridays and Saturdays are prime time peak days. And that's the same case here in off season from November to February. The rate prices are going to just be lower even on the weekends. But if you want to know exactly what days you should go to Vegas or when you can stay at a certain hotel for the cheapest prices, it's really not that big of a secret. You really just have to simply go to the rewards program website and pull up their calendar. If you go pull up the calendar, you can literally just pick a weekend, and then you can go through every month, click on the hotel, and it'll show you the rate at every day of the week at each hotel. So if you wanted to go to Aria, you could just go to Aria's website, put in a random weekend, and then once you pick in a random weekend, it'll show you the dates for every day of the month through the months. And you'll notice once you start getting into March and April, because that's when peak season picks up, the pool party season pick up, that's when rates will start going up. So when I talk about you can stay at the 1-bedroom loft at Vdara, I tell y'all Vdara is a sleeper all the time, but people saw that loft and they asked me, how do you get that loft? This is the time of year that not only will you get more availability, but that's a $700 a night plus loft that you can get for less than $450 a night. What? People love the corner suite at Aria. This is the time of year where you can get that suite for less than $400 a night. That suite typically is almost $700 to $800 a night as well. So this is the best time of year to go to Vegas for sure with room rates. On the Caesar side, you can find rates for less than $35 a night, non-member. And then if you are a member, you can find rates as low as $10 a night, maybe even less depending on which hotel and what day. So
yeah, I'm talking about.
Not only can you check the hotel rates calendar for prices, once you find those specific dates that you're looking for, this would also be a great time to check third-party sites. Of course, check out my site, thevegasparadise.com, because whatever the hotels might not have directly available or that they have that's unsold, that's where these third-party sites can come in and offer you prices that might even be lower than booking direct. So always weigh your options. And if you don't feel like doing all of that, that's why I offer consultations. You can book a consultation with me. I'll pull up all of the rates for you. Just fill out the form and I get all of the information for you. If you've been trying to go to Vegas, because I know a lot of people are like, well, I want to stay in certain places, or I don't know what time of year to go or what days I should go. You can actually do that yourself and just simply look at the calendar. I don't think a lot of people think about going to the calendar. They just put in random dates to try to find out which weekend to go. But let the calendar do it for you. If it's a matter of just trying to go the cheapest, just pick those cheapest days. Now, a lot of people like to think about going Thursday through Sunday. I tell some people you should also consider going Saturday through Tuesday if you don't want to simply just do a Sunday through Tuesday or Sunday through Wednesday trip. Do it. Because people in the club scene think that Thursday nights are more busier than Sundays, which actually is not true. What? On average, typically Tao, Zouk, and Hakkasan are open on Thursdays. And then on Sunday, you'll have Marquee, Dre's, depending on the weekend. Dre's after hours, always on Sundays. Then you have Excess, and then have Latin at Night at Omnia. So if you didn't know that, now you know. So if you wanted to consider going to Vegas, especially when it's slow right now, and if you don't have much going on during the week, you might want to consider a Saturday or Sunday through Tuesday or Wednesday trip, because there's always something open every night. Now, I know some of you might be like, okay, well, it's off season. Vegas isn't going to be really that busy. I'm not necessarily sure what to do because you said it's going to be slower. Is it even worth going?
Yeah, right.
It's always worth going to Vegas. There's always something to do, even if it's not what you want to do. Not only inside of the clubs, you've also got lounges that are open on Sundays. And then you actually have shows that are always open every day. So there's always something to do. Even though the hotel pools will be closing, you can still do activities. There's still tours going on. Even for the party people, there's still tours going on Fridays and Saturdays, and some of them still run on Sundays. So you can still do the party bus tours on Sunday. Fremont Street is always open. But then in the winter months, you have those winter activities going on. This will be the first year that there's another competitor to the rink at Cosmo. Resorts World is opening up an enchanted Christmas maze and village. So it's going to be a new Christmas theme that people can check out during the off season this year. And then of course Cosmo, who was always known as the only exclusive signature to this, they have the rink at the Cosmo where they turn the Boulevard pool into an ice rink.
Wow.
Where you can get custom holiday drinks and you can go out there by the fire pit, just have a good time, enjoy the winter theme. So there's always something to do. And then for those people who just have to have a pool, even though it might be 40, 50 degrees outside.
Nope.
Circle has heated pools year round, and some of the other hotels on the strip do also have heated pools year round, but those are very, very select. I'm not going to say that I would encourage that, but to each their own. There's options there in case you need to do so. Now, this is a hidden gem that I don't really talk about often, but another way for you to find things in general for discount in Vegas, regardless of what it is Groupon. I'm pretty sure a lot of us know what Groupon is, and no, Groupon is not sponsoring this video. No, this isn't any paid promo. This is just me giving y'all some insight that might be helpful for y'all with going to Vegas. But not only Groupon will Groupon give you things on discount. Y'all know how Groupon works. Yeah. This is even a better time to get those things even cheaper than you might get them over the summer seasons, because everything is already cheap as it is. But with most things in general, they rather make some money than no money. So if you're going to Vegas during the off season and you want to find things for cheap, whether it's helicopter tours or some type of activity that you might want to do, you can also check Groupon. And you'll also find those great rates, because there's a lot of times that I've seen tours that are typically on discount over the summer. They even have a lower price during the off season. So in case you had forgot about Groupon or you hadn't thought about using Groupon, that's definitely a tool you might want to add into your arsenal of getting things for cheap in the off season. Now, this won't necessarily fall in what you would consider like the cheapest times of year as far as price go, but if there are certain reservations that you've been trying to make at certain restaurants, because you know the spring and summer months, most people are in Vegas, it's always busy trying to get to that favorite restaurant like a Hell's Kitchen or STK, maybe even Catch or Top of the World, even though Top of the World typically has reservations available.
Goddamn.
But if you got that big steakhouse or that big 5-star restaurant that you've been trying to go to and you just can't never seem to get a reservation, or it's always a long wait, these are also the perfect month to make a trip to Vegas, because you'll more than likely have more of an option to go to these restaurants because it won't be as busy. So that's something to also take in mind if you're trying to figure out when you should go or what you could do. This is definitely a great time to go and check out some of those high-end restaurants that you've been wanting to go to that you might not have been able to get to during the peak season or during the summer months. So if you've been trying to figure out when you can go to Vegas for the cheapest prices, or when you can stay at some of those high-end hotels or some of those high-end suites in a more affordable price or more of a price in your budget, hopefully this video has been helpful for you. If you like to go to Vegas during the winter months, if you have a favorite time of month to go between November and February, comment below and let me know when your favorite time of year is to go. But that's gonna do it for this video. If you all enjoyed the video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and as always, thanks for watching.